Hello guys, and welcome to another MK Mobile video. Guys, today we're talking about a subject, interesting subject. As you can see, I basically ascended Sonia, so now she can do brutality. I'm going to release a video on her doing brutality, probably tomorrow. But the point of this video is to touch upon a topic that many people, it's been, a lot of things has been said about the Combat Pass, right? The Battle Pass, the Combat Pass, call it whichever way you want. The thing is, many people say it's complete garbage, including me. However, it is complete garbage if you're free to play. If you're free to play, this is absolutely ridiculous. It is beyond ridiculous. You should never ever buy it. Or let's say, even if you're not free to play, let's say that you are a low spender, you're willing to spend something like all the way up to $100 on the game for the time span of your gaming. Let's say you play the game for 3 years and spend $100 on the game. If you're a low spender, again, this is going to be really bad. Now, however, there's something that many people miss to mention. If you are willing to spend on the game, I would say that the Combat Pass is pretty good. Why is that? Because it gives you copies of the newest character. For instance, if you're wondering how my classic movie rating is Fusion 6, I just got him once from Tower, and every other copy I got it from the Combat Pass. And the copy from the Combat Pass goes for $20 each, which is much better compared to if you want to basically buy his pack. If you want to buy his pack, it's going to be on average $100, right? So that's 5 times cheaper, right? Sorry. No, on average it's going to be $50, so that's twice cheaper, a little bit more than twice. So if you want to max out the new characters as fast as possible, once again, as fast as possible. If you're in a hurry and want to max them out as fast as possible, but you don't want to pay the ridiculous price tag of $500 on average, then the Combat Pass is the best thing you can do. Seriously, the best thing you can do, because you can max out characters for about 200, let's go that way. Which is still a lot of money, but once again, that's only if you're willing to spend. Like, if you want to spend that money anyways, the best way to spend them is to buy the Combat Pass. Now, if you're free to play, the Combat Pass is absolute trash and garbage. Why is that? It is simple. Because even if you, let's say, you get these Ascension cards. And from my understanding, you can use those Ascension cards on any character. For instance, you get 2 of those for free to play this season, then you get another 2 next season, and eventually you're going to get 5, right? So you can ascend the character that you want. However, it cannot happen in the time span of one, season. The problem is that even if you, let's say, ascend Hanzo Kasashi, the problem is that you need to have the brutality gear in order to make him work, right? To make sure that he does brutality. And how do you do that? By playing Shiryu Tower. However, Shiryu Tower comes once every 2 years or something. So, how do you do that? You basically buy the gears. So that's the problem. Once again, first thing first, you cannot even ascend a character for 1 season. You have to wait at least 2 or 3 seasons in order to collect those Ascension level up cards, so that basically you can ascend the character. The next problem is, even when you do that, you probably you won't have the brutality gear. And that's pretty bad, right? So, what is my point here? From the perspective of pay to win, okay, MK Mobile is not a pay to win game, it's like a pay to play with new characters. From the perspective of the pay to play people, let's go it that way, the Combat Pass is pretty good. It's pretty good for me, because it allowed me to buy 5 copies or 4 copies of Classic Movie Raiden for a reasonable price, even though it's still a lot of money, but much better than spending 500 to max him out, right? However, from the perspective of free-to-play, let's say a low spender, it is a pretty bad thing. So, what I'm trying to say is that it should be somewhere in the middle, and it's missing the middle ground. What can happen in order for this thing to work? I'm okay with the game not giving enough Ascension cards so that player can ascend the card in this very season. So let's say he has to do 2 seasons in order to, if you're free to play, in order basically to ascend 1 card. I'm okay with that. I don't think that's the biggest problem, because even if you ascend the character, you need to have his brutality gear. And even if you have his brutality gear, guess what? You will most probably have a Diamond Scorpion by then, right? So it makes 0 sense. The thing is, the Combat Pass should be giving 1 diamond for everyone. For everyone, even if you're free to play. And if you basically purchase the version of the Combat Pass that is for money, you should be getting his brutality equipment. That's, in my opinion, that must happen in order for this thing to become more appealing to players. Because I don't know many people that use the Combat Pass, only basically whales. I don't know any person who is willing to spend something small in the game that says, you know what, this Kombat Pass is worth, I'm going to buy it. No, because why would you want to ascend Sonya or even Hanzo Hasashi if you already have his Brutality gear and you already have Diamond Scorpion? It makes zero sense, right? It makes absolutely zero sense. People who already have Brutality gear of Hanzo Hasashi or of Sonya already have 100% the diamond versions of those characters, so having this on a gold makes zero sense. So you need to make the combat packs more enticing to them by giving them an extra diamond. And this diamond, in my opinion, should be the diamond that was released previous season, which was Classic Movie Raiden. Yeah, it's cheap, but that's the point, right? The Combat Pass is the ultimate thing. In every single game, the Combat Pass is the ultimate deal. You buy the Combat Pass and you get tons of stuff, right? So, in my opinion, you should make it more appealing. Currently, it's not. It is simply not. Everything that the Combat Pass gives you, souls, level up cards, trash like this, you can get it from the game easily. And even if you say that, yeah, alright, the game is giving you those things, but the Combat Pass gives you more. No, it doesn't. It simply doesn't. I did the Combat Pass this season by doing a lot of those stupid tasks, alright? I didn't spend 15,000 souls like I did Season 1. In Season 1, I wanted to test what happens when you finish basically the Combat Pass, so I had a lot of souls. I didn't know what to do with them back then because I have almost everything maxed out, so I decided to spend 15,000 souls on the Combat Pass. And I unlocked it very, very early. And I wasn't impressed. Now I wanted to check the other side of the story, so what I did was basically I went ahead and did a lot of the tasks. Like, I had to do 10 million damage from dots, I did that. I had to defeat 10,000 Sub-Zeros with Scorpions, I did that. So I did everything, and I spent on the refreshes, on like buying tiers, something like 2,000 to 3,000 souls. It wasn't that much. I spent for certain tiers, yeah, but at the end of the day, the majority of the tasks I did. So I'm not really, yeah, once again, I'm not really convinced that this Combat Pass is good for every player, and that's the point. In my opinion, it should be good for every player. It should have something for every player. Unfortunately, it doesn't. Currently, it is good only for people like me who are willing to spend, and I don't mind. For instance, I really discovered later that Classic Movie Raiden is an awesome character, so I would definitely spend $20 per copy, so I can max him out and play with him. I currently am basically doing Fatal Tower using Confusion 6, and he absolutely destroys everybody, so probably I'm contemplating on maxing him out. Really, really good character, but that's me, right? People who don't want to spend money on mobile game probably not going to willing to spend $20 for a copy of him, right? So yeah, make the Combat Pass great again, please. The Combat Pass isn't great at the moment. There's problems with it, and yeah, you have to make sure that at least the Combat Pass gives the Brutality gear, because once again, the person who already has the Brutality gear won't find really the Combat Pass that appealing, and the person who doesn't have the Brutality gear and wants to do Brutality with gold character probably will be saying to himself, you know what, if I spend $10 and it's going to give me the Brutality gear, probably it's worth because I don't have this Brutality gear and want to use it on this character, or even if I don't want to use it on the Gold Hound, so I want to use him on my Diamond Scorpions. So yeah, this is my take on the Combat Pass. I realized I didn't do a full video of what I think about the Combat Pass, but there you go. Please let me know what you think about the comment section. No, please let me know what you think about the Combat Pass in the comment section, and let me know whether you actually bought it. Was it worth? Did you max out Classic Movie Raiden? One thing that I don't get yet, I haven't counted how many of these Classic Movie Raidens or Diamond characters in general, how many of those you get for free. Not for free, but how many of those you get, how many offers. I definitely got at least 3, but I was told that a person got 8, and I was like, wait a second. I purchased the Combat Pack once it was actually discounted, so I don't know how on earth you can get 8. Please let me know in the comments whether you purchase it and you get 8. That's incredible. Basically, that means that you can more or less max the character for twice the less price compared to the price you have to pay if you want to basically do the gambling pack. So yeah, sometimes you can get lucky, sometimes you can get even unlucky. I believe when I maxed the Joker, I paid more than 500. It wasn't much more than 500, but it was more than 500. So yeah. Alright guys, so basically this is going to be all for you today. Once again, please let me know what you think about the Combat Pass, and see you next time. Take care.
Perfect.